What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm actually on vacation headed towards Florida, and on the way there I decided to stop by BC Forged. And I know you can't see too much because of the rain, but hopefully they let us record. I want to check out some of their wheel selections just because I want to see them in person, and I'm really picky with wheels. So I want to make sure that I get a chance to look at them before I make a decision if I decide to go with BC Forge. They got a really clean S2K right there, and their office is right there. So let's go ahead and take you there.
Music by
Years later.
What's up, guys? While we're waiting for the wheels, I figured I'd give you a view of the current wheels, which are the stock wheels for the M2 competition, and basically explain why I went ahead and got wheels so soon for this car. It's actually my first mod, if you want to consider that a mod, but as you can clearly tell, this car has massive brakes and they create a lot of brake dust, and it drives me insane that I can't keep these clean. And no matter what you do, they get dirty. If you're able to see the clearance between the caliper and the barrel, I can't get my hand in there, unfortunately. And this wheel has like a double step, so it makes it even more difficult to get your hand in there, and not to mention all the spokes. So I'm just like, I'm done with these wheels. Like, I'm over it. I just stopped cleaning them. And as you can tell, all that brake dust is actually not that much. It's like, as far as driving, it's only like, I want to say that's like 200 miles of driving. So even when you clean them, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, look at that. Look at that. So I can't wait to put new wheels that I can actually clean, and obviously ceramic coat prior to. But while we wait for the wheels, I figured I'd give you a view, and the color on the wheels that I chose will make a lot more sense once you guys see the wheels. Alright, guys, so what this is a blueprint that you get after you place an order with BC Forged, and I assume other companies do this that do custom wheels. So basically what it's for is, when you're ordering a custom wheel specific to your car, it's very difficult to kind of gauge what the wheel is going to kind of look like when it comes to concavity, however you say it. But this is basically a reassurance thing, and BC actually sends you this a day after you end up ordering, and it's so you're able to look at the wheel and kind of see the overall just layout of it and how the spokes are going to be, and basically just know if it's something you're going to want or not. And they send you this, and then they ask you, hey, are you happy with what these will look like? And you either tell them yes or no, and that's based off of that. This is pretty important in my opinion, because with these wheels, there's a lot of math involved. There's a lot of specs that are discussed, offset, freaking width, and all that stuff. And you never truly know what the wheel's gonna look like until you actually receive it. So with a custom wheel, this is pretty important, just because if you're trying to maybe go around some big breaks or something like that, the wheels may end up looking more flat than you actually thought they would, and this kind of just saves that time. So I think it's pretty neat overall. Yo, what up, guys? Great news. Wheels are officially here. I've had them for a few days. I did open them before, not this set obviously, as you can tell, so you get the privilege of getting to see these get open for the first time with me. However, they're here. They're way earlier than expected. It was supposed to take 5 weeks. It honestly took from the date that I ordered to my door, it only took 3 weeks total. So great news. A little sooner than I expected, that's for sure, because I don't even have tires for these yet. But you guys will get the privilege of seeing these get opened. So let's get to it, and I'll discuss all the specs and everything else as well. So here they are. Went ahead and propped them up for you guys. These are obviously BC forged, and the model number is, or the model name is RZ10s. And I'll go ahead and show you the specs without giving away my address. Oh, so that's the wrong side, but for the one over here, these are 19 by 9.5 plus 25 in the brush gray finish. And these are 19 by 10.5 plus 35, same finish. And obviously it's a staggered set because it's going on a rear-wheel drive car. And just to show you the difference in offset and concavity, I don't know if you guys are able to catch that, but the 10.5 is definitely deeper in concave than the 9.5, even though the 9.5 is a more aggressive offset. So it just goes to show you, offset means a lot. But yeah, guys, as you already saw in the video, I stopped by BC Forged, and those guys were great. They were very helpful, specifically Dan. And by the way, I'm not sponsored by BC Forged or anybody. All this stuff was paid in full by myself, but I'm just sharing my experience with you guys. I've reached out to a couple wheel manufacturers. I was interested in a single spoke design like this, like a straight spoke. I'm not a fan of the snowflake design like BBSs and stuff like that. Everybody seems to do this on the M2s and just BMWs in general. So I want to do something a little bit different, and I like straight spoke. So just like that, just single spoke, straight down. I just think it looks cleaner, and overall when the car is like moving, I just really like the way the spokes kind of just look, especially at low speeds, like 10 miles an hour. But overall, nothing but positive things to say about BC. They knocked it out of the park. The color was hit or miss. So these are 100% custom made wheels for my car. So to my knowledge, nobody else is running these same specs as me on an M2. So it's kind of a risky thing to do. As you probably already saw, these are custom, so like you don't know what they're really gonna look like in the end, especially with the color. So I specifically picked this color just because the brakes on the car are like a gray, like a silverish gray, and I didn't want to do anything too crazy and have a white car with gray calipers and then a crazy wheel. So I wanted to kind of keep it all the same. As you guys already see from all my builds, I don't really like too much attention. I like to keep low key, so just clean and low key, and I think I managed to do that with this setup. So I'm pretty excited to get this on the car, and just overall, I'm very pleased. This color is a little bit interesting. I'm very curious to see what it's gonna look like when it's actually on the car, because it is a brushed finish, but as you can tell,
this way, it's like brushed that way. On the spoke, it's brushed this way. And overall, it's just a very neat design. I haven't seen any other wheel manufacturer do anything close to this. And even on the barrel, it's brushed. So very, very interesting. Kind of gives it a very like a 3D kind of look, depending on what angle you're looking at and when it hits the light. So overall, very good experience. I am gonna hold off a little bit before they get installed, just because tires aren't cheap, and unfortunately my daily needs tires. So you know, it just goes to show you, like, it's good to have, you know, multiple cars, but when it's time for maintenance and stuff, like, it's a headache. And you know, something as simple as an oil change, you know, an oil change for 3 vehicles, that's, you know, that could run you, even if you do it yourself, a couple $100. So one last thing on these wheels, I know you guys are gonna ask how much they cost, and it really depends on the size and the type of wheel. Obviously, if you get multi-piece, they're gonna cost more, but these ran me roughly about $3,700, which is not cheap for fucking wheels. So overall, just be mindful. You gotta kind of pay to play. But yeah, overall, very excited to get these on the car. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. In the next video, I'll go ahead and weigh these, and I'll also weigh them with tires as well as the current ones and kind of show you the difference. But overall, guys, thanks for joining me on this journey. Take it easy, and I got a lot more content to follow. So with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.